Good morning all. Today my topic is non-income indicators of economic development. In the last class, we discussed about the income indicators as gross national product, per capita income. So, today our topic is about the non-income indicators. So, first of all, what is the need for studying the non-income indicators? The relevance of the non-income indicators is that the income indicators does not capture the non-income variables as happiness, justice, social security, education, health. So these variables are incorporated in the non-income indicators. So today we are discussing about certain indicators. The first one being the physical quality of life index. Okay. Physical quality of life index is an attempt to measure the quality of life. It is developed for Overseas Development Council by the Demerits in 1979. The indicator incorporates three variables as infant mortality, basic literacy, and the life expectancy. So, the three variables are let's have a look at the variables. The first one is infant mortality. So, what is infant mortality? That is the death of a child before age 1. So, that is the case of the infant mortality. So, second one is the basic literacy. That is the basic educational attainment of people in a country. Third one is life expectancy. This is a case of average number of years a person of a country is expected to survive. So, these are the three variables of physical quality of life index. So, nextly we are going to the computation or calculation side of physical quality of life index. So, next is about the calculation of physical quality of life index. Regarding the calculation of physical quality of life index, there are positive indicators and negative indicators. So, from the variables considered earlier, the positive indicators are basic literacy and life expectancy. The negative indicator is infant mortality rate. So, also for each indicator there is a minimum value and a maximum value. Next, we are forwarding for a table regarding the computation of the minimum and maximum value. This table shows about the indicators, minimum value and maximum value. For the basic literacy, the minimum value is taken as 0 and the maximum value is 100. So, this is the case of the positive indicator of physical quality of life index. Also, taking the life expectancy or also the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 100. So, these two are the positive indicators of physical quality of life index. Lastly, we come across the negative indicator, that is infant mortality rate. So, here the minimum value is 0 and also the maximum value is 100. So, this is a table for the calculation of minimum and maximum value. For each of these indicators, these personal indicators should be converted to a normalized indicator. So, that is about the indicator calculation side. Next, we are going to discuss how to convert the positive and negative indicators into normalized indicators. Here is a formula for the conversion. So, this is a general formula for the conversion, that is actual value minus minimum value, the whole divided by maximum value minus minimum value. For converting the positive and negative indicators, separate formulas are being used. So, for the positive indicator to normalized indicator, this formula is used. So, for converting the positive indicators of basic literacy and life expectancy into the normalized PQLI norms, we have to use the formula of actual value minus minimum value, the whole divided by maximum value minus minimum value. Next is a case of the negative indicator, that is infant mortality rate. So, here we are using the maximum value minus actual value divided by maximum value minus minimum value. So, this is a formula for the negative indicator. So, lastly, the combined PQLI formula is equal to life expectancy plus infant mortality plus basic literacy divided by 3. So, this is a general formula. Next, we are going across the demerits of physical quality of life index. The first demerit is that it fails to incorporate social and psychological variables like justice, social security, etc. Second is that the index is only for the calculation of a specific country. It fails to undermine the comparative analysis of different countries. Third one is that it does not measure the economic development. It is a mix of the financial and social parameters. So, the demerits of the physical quality of life index led to the formation of a human development index. Next, we are going to the human development index. The major limitation of physical quality of life index is its failure in measuring or assessing the comparative analysis of different countries. So, the human development index is a measure for the comparative states of socio-economic development of different countries. So, as we all of us know that UN Development Program UNDP is releasing the report of Human Development Report annually. So, since 1990, the UNDP publishes the Human Development Index. The Human Development Index is prepared by Mehboob ul Haq, former Finance Minister of Pakistan, with the technical assistance and guidance from the India's Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. So, next we are going to identify the range of a Human Development Index. So, in this section we are going to analyze the computation or calculation of a Human Development Index of a specific country. So, the range is the 0, which indicates low Hdi for a country, and 1 indicates high Hdi. What is the relevance for the range in the calculation of Human Development Index? The Human Development Index of a country varies between the 0 and 1. If the value of a given country is below 0.5, 0 and 0.5, that is a case of the low Hdi. Whereas for a country's Hdi is above 0.5, that denotes a case towards the high Hdi. So, this is about the range of a Human Development Index. Next, we are discussing the indicators of a Human Development Index. The first indicator is life expectancy at birth. So, what is life expectancy at birth? It is the average number of years a newborn baby is expected to live. The second dimension is educational attainment. So, what is educational attainment? It is the average educational qualifications that a person of a country possesses in his life. The educational attainment is classified under two subheads. The first one is the adult literacy rate. So, educational attainment is under two heads. The first one is the adult literacy rate and second one is the gross enrollment ratio. By a layman definition, a person who is literate is considered as the ability to read and write. So, adult literacy rate denotes a person's aged above 25 years who have the capability to read and write. The second one is the gross enrollment ratio, which denotes the enrollment of students at different levels of education, that is primary, secondary and higher educations. So this is the two heads of the educational attainment. Third one is standard of living. So it measures the real per capita income of people in a country on the basis of purchasing power parity terms. So till now we have gone through the indicators of human development index. The first indicator is life expectancy births, the average number of years a newborn child is expected to live. Educational attainment, that is the ability of a person to read and write, divided under two heads, adult literacy rate and gross enrollment ratio. Adult literacy rate denotes the capability of a person aged 25 years and above to have the capability to read and write. Second one is gross enrollment ratio, which denotes the enrollment of different students at different levels of education, that is primary, secondary and higher education levels. Third comes the standard of living, which measures the real per capita income of peoples based on purchasing power parity terms. So next is regarding the construction of HDI. Before going to the construction of Human Development Index, we have a look at the classification of countries by Human Development Index. There is a very high Human Development Index countries. Second is the high human developed countries. Next one is the medium human developed countries, and last one is the low human developed countries. So this is the table for the construction of a Human Development Index. These are the various indicators we have gone through. First one is the life expectancy at birth. Here the minimum value and maximum value are taken. The minimum value is for the life expectancy at birth is 25 years and the maximum is 85 years. For the adult birth rate, the minimum value is 0% and the maximum value is 100%. Next one, the combined literacy rate or educational attainment, the minimum value is 0% and the maximum value is 100%. Lastly, the standard of living index, the minimum value is $100 and the maximum value is $40,000. So from these indicators, minimum and maximum value, we have computed the index formula, that is actual value minus minimum value, the whole divided by the maximum value minus minimum value. This is a formula for the calculation of a Human Development Index. Based on the index, we calculate the individual parameters. Next is about the calculation of Hdi score for each indicators. First one, life expectancy equal to minus life expectancy country minus 25 divided by maximum value minus the minimum value. So life expectancy equal to actual life expectancy of the country minus minimum value, that is 25, the whole divided by the range, that is a maximum value of 85 minus minimum value of 25. Second comes the educational attainment or the educational index equal to the combined measure is so the educational index is 2/3 weightage of adult literacy index plus 1/3 combined gross enrollment ratio. Next, the equal to so this is regarding the educational index. The general calculation is the 2/3 weightage of adult literacy index plus 1/3 combined gross enrollment ratio. For the specific indicator calculation, the adult literacy ratio is calculated as adult literacy rate of the country, specified country, minus the minimum value of 0, the whole divided by the range of maximum value of 100, the subtract minus the minimum value of 0. Regarding the combined gross enrollment ratio, it is calculated as a combined gross enrollment ratio of the specified country minus the minimum value of 0, the whole divided by the maximum value of 100 minus minimum value of 0. So, this is all about the educational attainment index. Third one is the standard of living index. Regarding the standard of living index, the calculation is based on logarithm log GDP per capita of the specified country minus the minimum value of log $100, the whole divided by the range, that is log $40,000, that is the maximum value, minus log $100, that is the minimum value. So, and finally the general index HDI is LE index, that is the life expectancy index plus educational attainment index plus standard of living index divided by 3. So, this is all about the construction of HDI. Next is regarding the advantages of human development index. The first advantage is that it will take into account the income factor in determining the well-being for less developed countries. So, the human development index incorporated the income factor, that is a standard of living index for measuring the condition of less developed countries. The second advantage is that it raises the importance of social indicators. There is a concern of educational attainment index including adult literacy and combined enrollment ratio and the life expectancy. These are all social indicators. Next, it portrays or displays the wide disparities that exist between the developed countries and less developed countries. So, these three are the main advantages of the human development index. Lastly, we come across the drawbacks of human development index. So, the index take into account the gross enrollment ratio of students in different levels of education as primary, secondary and higher education, but the index failed to take into account the dropouts of the school children and higher study students. So, this is a demerit from the calculation of the index. So, second demerit is that the index gives equal weight to all its components based on certain value judgments. So, in modern calculations or estimations, value judgments does not deliver significant results. So, the value judgments should be removed and more accurate measures should be implemented. Third one is that the exponents of this theory, that is the main UNDP and Mehboob ul Haq, ignore the quality component, that is the it takes into account only the quantitative aspects of the index. So, these are all the human development index. I hope all of you have got understanding about the physical quality of life index and the human development index. Thank you.